you? I'm so excited anyone is here watching this video. I'm Shaylee. If you're new to my channel, if you're old, what's up? Thanks for coming back. I know that my video posting has been extremely sporadic in this last year. Anyway, I recently quit one of my jobs, so I'm gonna have a lot more time. I'm really excited about it. I wanna make more videos, so please leave down in the comments ideas if you have specific videos you wanna see. I tried passing her up, but she was just so beautiful. The Norvina palette from Anastasia. Purple's my favorite color, so I couldn't not grab it. I just had to grab it. So honestly, it's very neutral with fun pops of color. So you could even wear this without using the purple. Like my tutorial today, you could not use this purple color and just carry this brown under your eyes to make it more wearable. But for me, this was a daytime look. I asked you guys on Instagram if you wanted to see day or night, and you said day. So this is what I came up with. And I hope you guys love it. I used also a lot of these brushes from the new Jaclyn Hill collection with Morphe. Honestly, this is all I've been using personally pretty much since they came out because I ordered it and they're amazing and this is what I've been using. So anyways, if you guys have any other comments or suggestions, questions, anything for me, just because it's been a minute since we've talked, leave them down below. Otherwise, let's just get started and do some makeup. So the first thing I'm gonna do is put on some moisturizer. I'm gonna use the MAC Oil Control Lotion, and I'm just gonna put that on first so it has time to sink into my skin while we do our eyebrows and our eyes before we do our foundation. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with this pomade from Kat Von D. It is my favorite. It's just a pomade like the Anastasia one. I just really like this color. And my eyebrows are microbladed, so they're pretty perfect already, thanks to Chelsea, my girl. But I like to just fill them in a little bit, especially when I'm doing like a full face of makeup. Honestly, all I really do, I'm gonna speed through it because all I really do is kind of go around the outline and just add like a few little hair strokes. And I'm gonna touch the front a little later, but I like to do that at the end once I already have my foundation done, because otherwise it just kind of gets messed up when you do your foundation. Okay, now I'm gonna clean them up underneath with just a little concealer. I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape right here. Basically for the rest of this tutorial, I'm gonna be using my Jaclyn Hill brush set. Ever since I got this, this is pretty much all I use, and then I just threw all my other brushes like in my freelance kit. It just has everything besides an angle brush. That's the one bugaboo I had. Like, what the heck? We have 10 blending brushes, but no angle brush. So I'm just using her flat shader brush, JH41, and just kind of underlining my eyebrows just to clean them up, and it really makes them look like raised, your eyebrows, and makes them pop. Cover up those blemishes. It's that time, ladies. It's that time. So now I'm gonna take that same Shape Tape and I'm gonna put a little bit on my eyes so we can use it as our primer, and I'm just gonna buff that out real quick with a beauty blender. Okay, now what do I want to do? I don't even know what I'm going to do. This is so pretty. I've only played with it a few times, a few different days. So you guys want a daytime look, so let me ponder for a minute. So first I'm just taking base. It's just kind of like a beigey champagne color. And it's kind of a satin finish. It has a little shimmer, and I'm going to hit underneath the brow bone with that. We'll probably go back and add to this later, but lately I've just been doing this. I kind of like starting off with a highlight. I'm gonna go in with Incense. It's just like a kind of a warm mid-tone brown. It's really pretty. If you're really light, this could totally be your crease color, and you'll need a little bit of a lighter transition shade, but I just took a teeny bit and I'm just gonna buff it out for a minute. These pigments from Anastasia, you barely need anything on your brush. Like, they're so pigmented, so just be really careful. But see how like once you work with it for a minute, you can kind of blend it out. And this is my favorite brush. It's like giant. It's kind of like a Sigma E40. It's the JH30. And I'm gonna make this kind of a round look. It's not gonna be super cat eye. So I am taking it all the way in. If you have a very narrow space right here, keep it more toward the outer corner. But as you can see, I have like a really large area. So I kind of go in there most days anyways with eyeshadow, but you know, do what's best for your eye shape. Okay, I keep going back and forth. Like, do I want to go in with Volatile? It's kind of like a smoky purpley gray, or this really warm like saddle brown. It's called Eccentric. I think I'm going to go with the warm just because I think it'll kind of play off the cooler tone purples that we're going to go in with later. Really pretty. So I'm going to take this brush. It's called the 34, JH34 with Eccentric. I'm going to put that right here, lower than the last color, but basically still in the same spot, just not taking it up too much higher. I love all her little blending brushes. Like, oh, my dogs are barking. I just love all her little blending brushes because there's so many different shapes of them, and they're all kind of the same when you first look at them, but then when you actually use them, you're like, okay, this does feel a little different. Like, this one's thinner, this one's thicker. So see, it's just kind of like dark to light. We're just fading it out and adding some warmth in that crease. Okay, don't mind my hair by the way today, you guys. I just didn't feel like doing anything. I'm gonna use this color Summer all over the eyelid. It's so pretty. It's kind of like a shimmery, I don't even know. It's kind of like taupe, but it has some gold in it too. I'm gonna wet my brush with a little Fix Plus from MAC. It'll just make it stick better and make it even more sparkly. Oh, so pretty. And just take this like, almost like you're doing a cut crease, but not really. You know, just take this right up to where your crease is and keep it nice and round to make your eyes look round. Seriously, this brush like does it for you. It's a little bit thicker than a MAC 242. That's what I was expecting it to be like when I watched Jacqueline's video, but it's a little tiny bit thicker, but I like it. Now, if you want to get a little extra, which I'm going to take this Dreamer color. It's the lightest shimmery color, and I'm just gonna put that with the same Fix Plus, and I'm just gonna put that like right in the middle of our eye. Again, it's not gonna do much. It's just gonna make our eyes look rounder. You can't even really tell. It's just one of those like little extra steps that makes them look more 3D. I'm just gonna spritz myself with some Fix Plus real quick. Okay, now I'm just gonna do like a simple black liner. I'm not gonna wing it, I'm not gonna smoke it out. I'm just gonna do a black line just to help us hide our lashes a little bit better. And I'm using a Sigma E65. It's like my favorite liner brush. I'm just using this CoverGirl mascara. It doesn't really matter because we're using lashes anyway. Just get your lashes nice and black and dark. Since this is like a daily wearable look, I'm just gonna go with my tried and true Demi Wispies from Ardell. They're just like a really pretty natural eyelash. If this was a nighttime look, we would double stack some lashes, get a little crazy, so let me know if you guys want a Norvina palette nighttime look. Okay, we're gonna move on to the face real quick and leave our eyes for a minute. So I'm gonna start out with a little bit of primer water from Smashbox. This is the limited like coconut one. Oh my God, it smells so good. I need to go see if I can still order it. I love the scent of it. I'm weird color right now. I had a spray tan on, but it's fading. But I'm not back to my normal white girl pale color. So I'm gonna mix in the Warm Nude Born This Way foundation from Too Faced. This has been my favorite lately. I'm just gonna mix it with a little MAC Pro Longwear just because this is NC15. So it's gonna lighten it up a little bit because I'm kind of in between. I really like this foundation brush that she has in her set. Move my big hoops. You know what they say? The bigger the hoop. Okay, I just put a little bit of this Too Faced multi-use sculpting concealer. I really like this a lot, but again, it's in warm nude, so it's a little dark, so I am gonna go back with a little bit of that Tarte Shape Tape and Light just to lighten it up. And just any extra, I'm just gonna put in the middle of my face to keep things light in the middle. Okay, now we have to set under our eyes. I'm gonna use some of this Cover FX Translucent Light Perfect Setting Powder. I do kind of like this because it has this cap, so if you're traveling, it's like protected. You know how sometimes when you travel with loose powder, it just like spills out everywhere into the lid, so then when you open it, it's a mess. This one you can kind of block it and just pour out a little bit whenever you want it, so I really like how they did that. Now I'm just gonna hit all of my face with a little bit of powder. Currently I have been using this one just because it's in my vanity drawer. It's old. I seriously bought this like 4 years ago when I worked at Sephora. It's just the Naked powder. I just do this kind of like real quick just so it has a little extra coverage, but also so that when I go in with my bronzer, it doesn't like grab because it's like wet foundation, you know what I mean? I mean, it's dry, but you guys get what I'm saying. Like I'm just kind of setting it a little bit with this giant brush. This is the JH01. It's bronzer time. So I've been so in love with this. It's the white one. Tantastic Omega Bronze Coconut Perfect Tan. That's the name. It's by Marc Jacobs and it's just this giant bronzer. I think it was limited for summer, but he might still have it. And this is the best bronzer brush. It's the JH02. Morphe has one that's almost the same. Let me grab it. The M527. It's really similar, but I swear it feels different. Like it's a little bit thinner. See how this one, even though I've washed this a couple times now, it just feels, this one feels like less hair. This is denser. So it's really, really nice to bronze with. I love it. You could get crazy and do like a purple kind of blush, but I feel like that's just gonna be a little much since I know I wanna put purple underneath my eyes. So I'm gonna go with my tried and true blush from MAC, Warm Soul. I'm just using the blush brush. the JH04. And I just kind of like smile. And I start right here in the middle and I kind of go back and forward. So that way it blends it out both ways. So right in here is the most colorful. Now I've been doing this crazy, I'm so weird. It's not crazy. I've just been doing an extra step to highlight because I really like glowy skin lately. Since we are doing a purple look and I did want to do some other purple elements, I pulled out this Prismatic Amethyst from Becca and it's a purpley toned highlight. It's so pretty. I'm going to use the highlight brush JH09 and it's really thin. See how it's teeny? So I'm going to use that and I'm going to kind of, I know we're going kind of backwards. I should probably have done the under eye, but I'm going to place that right at the top of my cheekbones. It's so pretty, you guys. Oh my gosh, I don't get to use this highlight a lot, so maybe flick a little bit up under your brow, a little bit on the nose, and a little above your lip. I'm going to take a little pencil brush and I'm going to put that right on my inner corner too. It's kind of like a pinky lavender. It's so pretty. A little bit under here. So now take this brush. This is probably one of my favorite brushes in the set because it's so unique. MAC has one kind of like it, but it's more tapered. But it's just really light and airy and it's angled. I use this actually for blush a lot. If I'm going in with like a more pigmented blush or I want to really be careful because it just kind of disperses it really light. It's the JH06 and just take any of like those glowy powders you have. So I'm going to grab some of these Hourglass powders. I'm just going to use this kind of pink tone in the middle, incandescent light, I think. And I'm just going to run that like right over that other highlight and see how that like, I don't know, I feel like it's almost blending out the highlight so that it goes like really highlighty, less highlighty, and then blush and bronzer. I've been doing this lately and I just think like I notice when I'm doing Snapchat or like Insta stories, my skin looks so pretty and glowy. So I really like doing this. Okay. So actually first, I'm gonna line my waterline really quick with this. It's like a pinky gold. It's called 15 Pink Gold Double Wear. I learned about this, I think I've showed you guys. I learned about it from Harush, one of the girls that does the Kardashians makeup a lot. I love her, she's so gorgeous and talented. But it just adds a little sparkle. I use this on brides all the time. It's so beautiful. You guys see what I'm doing? Oh, I haven't recorded in so long, I keep forgetting to look up. Now, you're gonna take like a flat definer brush like this. I'm gonna clean mine real quick. I keep this next to me always. It's so amazing. It's called Cinema Secrets Brush Cleaner. And I just always have a little paper towel on my vanity and that's how I just switch my brushes all the time. You know, like switch colors. Just really quick and it's done. Like this is ready to use. And that's why I love this brush cleaner so much because it dries like instantly. When I take freelance shifts at MAC and I have to use the MAC brush cleaner, I'm just like, this takes forever and it takes forever to dry. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with Celestial. It's kind of like a pinky purple, violety, just sparkle color. I'm gonna put this right up against the waterline. Okay, so after you kind of like pack a bunch of this on under there, we're gonna take this blue tone purple. It's called Soul. And I'm gonna take that on a bigger brush like this. This is called the JH33. It's kind of like a MAC 217. I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna buff it out and make my eyes really round under here. And using the two purples just adds dimension. I might even go back because I feel like this is kind of covering it up. I might even go back with that first purple and do that same step again. Okay, I am gonna go back and take Celestial again and just kind of push it up here just so that we keep the fact that it's two purples. Like I want it to look like we have multiple purples going on. Now for the really fun part too. I recently was watching Kylie Jenner's Vogue tutorial. It came out probably like 2-3 months ago now, but she used brown mascara and of course, so then I had to go buy brown mascara. And while I was standing there buying it, I saw this and it's purple, L'Oreal Voluminous. And I just thought this is fun, especially for like green eyes, but purple goes really good with brown eyes too. So since we're doing purple down here, I'm gonna go ahead and use it today. Okay, and then I also have been curling my lashes even with falsies on. I don't normally do this. I've been doing it lately and I really like it. See the difference that makes? I can tell, like it just makes my eye look bigger, I feel. So anyways, sometimes it's kind of a bee to get all your fake lash in the eyelash curler, especially if you're wearing like big dramatic ones. You don't want to do this with like really thick band lashes, but since these are just demi wispies, it's really easy to curl them because they're really thin. I'm just gonna hit this with a little mascara just to kind of smush my real lashes in with these and make it look more natural, like these are my eyelashes. If you're gonna be wearing your eyelashes a bunch of times, oh good, we're not dead yet. My battery keeps flashing at me. You won't wanna do this because this will decrease the longevity of your false lashes just because they'll be dirty with mascara. Okay, so I did have to go charge my camera. We're back. While you guys were gone, while I was charging my camera, I just added, I took that same pomade and I just added little hair strokes in the front with that same angle brush. But now we're back to the lips and then we'll be done. So I'm gonna go in with this lip liner from NYX. It's so beautiful. It's called Nude Beige. No, it's just called Beige, 849. It's got like a Your Lips But Better kind of vibe. I always overline, so that's what I'm doing. Wow, Shaylee, cool story. So like I said, I pair this a lot with MAC Blankety. It's just so pretty. It's like a nude, but it kind of has that beigey purple undertone. So I thought it would go good with our look today. We are done now. Let me zoom you guys out a little bit. And I'm gonna set my face. I'm gonna use this. Be freaking careful when you use this. Make sure you shake it. The first time I used this, I didn't shake it. And I was headed out the door to do makeup. It was 6 in the morning and I was having to be somewhere by 7. And I was like, sprayed it and I look and I have white polka dots all over my face. I don't know what ingredient's in here that's mattifying, but it makes you have white polka dots all over your face if you don't shake it up. So luckily, if that happens to you ever, by the way, I just took my beauty blender and kind of dabbed it in and it went away. But it'll scare the shit out of you when you're trying to head to a job and it's 6 a.m. and you think you just messed up your makeup. So anyway, I really like it though. It does keep me matte. I love mixing like oil control products like I used to rely on with those glowy like Hourglass skin powders, because then you can still have the glow where you want it, but not get too shiny in the center where all of us tend to get a little shiny. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys love it, and I hope I was okay because I haven't made a tutorial in forever. So hopefully you'll see another video from me really soon. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for watching.